Hello and welcome to the devlog for my upcoming Metroidvania game. This is episode 2 and this week I'm going to be making a mini-map and a jetpack for the game. But before anything else, I'd just like to first of all give a bit more background on what I'm doing. The game I'm currently working on is planned to be a Metroidvania with action platforming elements and a heavy focus on player movement and constantly being in motion. I'm going to be making these devlogs on a weekly basis for at least 3 or 4 episodes. I want this game and channel overall to be very community driven, so if you have any suggestions, critiques, or ideas, they are welcome in the comments below. This week is starting off a little weird. Normally these devlogs will start on Monday and go to Friday or Saturday, but Monday was spent making my last video, which you should check out by the way, it's pretty epic, so I'm going to be starting a little bit late. So the very first thing I did this week was I scaled up my camera so there were no longer black bars on the sides of the screen. But anyway, I had to get right to work on my mini-map for the game. And the very first thing I needed to make was the map sprite itself. I already had a basic layout of it made on paper, so I simply made an image or a sprite out of it in a sprite. Then I used this tutorial, link in description, for making a Metroid style mini-map for the game. First of all, I just made the display, which shows a part of the mini-map sprite. Then I made the part that finds where the player is in the room, by just dividing the player's X and Y by the cell height and width. Then I centered it with some epic math skills. So it's day 2, and in my personal list of top life sayings, my second favorite one is get stuff done. My favorite one is don't smoke crack, smoke Jesus. Anyway, the first thing I did today was making some particle effects with the built-in GameMaker particle system. So the very first thing I had to do was learn how to use the built-in GameMaker particle system. Well anyway, after that I made some dust particles for when you're running. They're very simple and only happen if you're running on the ground, but I think they look good. So the next thing I had to do was fix a bug where the mini-map is slightly off the room you're in. So yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, and then after that I continued to work on some particles, like the one for the dash, jumping, and some enemy blood. Then after making all those particles, I realized that they were kind of cluttering up the object control, which is where I put them in. So I made a new object that just simply stores the particles. And yeah, here's some gameplay of all these new particles being used. Hey, it's Thursday, and today I'm going to set up some important ability handling stuff. My game is a Metroidvania, and over time you unlock equipment and upgrades to allow you to progress further into the world. Right now the only abilities that I have done are the double jump, which is a jetpack that you get at the very beginning of the game, and the dash, which would be like pumped up kicks or something, I don't know. First off, I created the sprite for the jetpack ability pickup, which I'll be adding to the first stage. Then I made it so you need a value named ability jetpack to be true if you want to double jump. You get this value set to true if you collide with the jetpack object. Finally, I made the jetpack pickup kind of float a bit and added a new particle effect to double jumping to make it feel exactly 32% more epic. It's Friday, and I don't have much to do today, or much time to do it. The main thing I have to do is fix a bug with the double jump particles and make sure that you can only do it once in the air instead of like a bunch. As I said, I don't have much time today. First of all, I added a few lines of code to make sure the double jumping particle hasn't been triggered before, which worked well. And one thing you might notice is that the wall sliding particles kind of stand out from all the others, so then I replaced the old wall sliding particles with the new normal dust particles. So, for Saturday and Sunday, I'm just making this video and uploading it. But anyway, this week was pretty successful. I got a mini-map and did a ton of particle effects. I even made a basic ability system, so I think it worked out well. But the most important thing I did this week was actually just starting to make weekly devlogs. I've thought about doing it for a while, but honestly, I was just way too slow making videos at the time. You might notice that this video is slightly less edited than my previous ones, which is actually a good thing. Generally, I get a bit too carried away with the editing of the video, and it takes like a week just to edit it. But thanks for watching, and thanks to all the new people for subscribing after the last video. It means a lot. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. But I'm done. Bye.